This officially now begins the project, sorting this out, making new stands and getting ready for the new tanks that are coming. All these tanks are going to be moved somewhere else. This whole wall is all new tanks and new racks with the exception of a 3-foot tank I've already got, and all the little Kmart tanks I've got will be going in here. With the insulation in place, now it's time to just finish up the cleaning. I'm just denailing some of these boards here, and then we can get stuck into building racks. And as luck would have it, the temporary timber rack that I had built here before had these shelves, which are the perfect size for building racks. I've just saved myself a little bit of work because I've already done that. When I get some new timber, we're going to be a pretty good way ahead for the first rack being in place. And I'm going to need it because I need to get some glass in there and move some fish before I can do anything else with this wall here, because all of this has got to go. I know it's always hard to see in videos, but this stand looks fantastic. It's actually not. I bought this, as you would have seen, just over a year ago now. This stand is actually falling apart. It's also got quite a lean to it, and I don't think I trust it long term. So what we're actually going to do is take these tanks and put them outside and build 3 new stands for them and put a different sump underneath. But instead of being in this layout where it's 2-2-2, we'll lay it out 2-2-2 with the sump underneath. But all this can stay as it is for now. These guys are fine, they can stay like that. What I really need to hustle on is getting 2 more 3-foot stands that are 3 tanks tall in place here. I am going to push it all the way up as far as I can though, and then 2 meters will come to about here-ish, and I'll have tons of room for activities on the new stand or rack that's going in here. And when I say this stand is falling apart, I actually mean it is falling apart. I think it's time just to retire this stand. It'll turn into firewood and we'll move on. So my next step from here is going to be go to Bunnings, get some more of this 70 by 35 timber, bring it home, cut it down to size and get cracking on those racks, because the glass is coming and the time is ticking. It is hot in the fish room at the moment. We need to get started building some racks for this garage fish room because the new tanks are on their way. I don't actually know when they're arriving. It could be late December, early January, so we've got to get trucking right now. And of course, I've done my obligatory Bunnings run. I need 1 more piece of this 2.7 35 by 70 timber, and then we should be good to build the first 3 1-meter racks. I'm doing them in 1-meter racks so that they're easier to move, because I found you look really stupid going down the highway with something like this strapped to your roof. And it also hangs over a lot, and I don't want to do that ever again. And yes, the fan is on in the background. I should probably turn it off while I'm doing some of this video, but it is extremely hot in the fish room at the moment. So this is with the aircon from the house coming in and the fan on it. I'm keeping it down about the 26-degree mark. Fish are really happy, but as far as the outside temperature and humidity are concerned, it's probably 30-31 degrees outside and over 60% humidity. So not fun at all to be outside, and that's why I have the door shut here today. But with that said, it's time to get down to business, and I've got to cut some of this to size so we can start getting ready to put those new rack stands together. So yesterday I tried to use ChatGPT to optimize a cut list for me. In the end, it didn't work, and I found a website called Cut List Pro, which will actually lay out the sizes for all of your pieces of anything in 1 dimension, so pipes or timber or metal and stuff like that. So you can put in your dimensions and it'll give you a cut list of what you need to fit into there. We have a lot to do. As I said, I probably needed to buy another piece of timber or 2, but the cut list here, including the couple of pieces I've already got here already from that old rack that I just disassembled, I should be able to use to build 3 racks. Let's get going. Time to start cutting. Dust collector's on. Let's get going. I love how good this thing works. As you can see, I've got through a fair amount of this. These are pretty bendy and I don't want to use them for the uprights, which is all I have left to cut for these 3 tank rack stands. I'm really glad I used the dust extraction. This is all the dust that came from my second half of cutting. In other news, we have most of what's needed for those 3 racks. And I need to go to Bunnings probably tomorrow morning and buy 4 more 2.7 meter lengths. And then I'll finish cutting that and we can start framing up these first 3 rack stands. And then the big game of Tetris will begin, because I'll only be able to house 2 here, and then we'll have to build some more racks, get rid of this rack, put the third one in place and build it, and move all these tanks outside temporarily. How far away? I'm not exactly sure yet. But thank you very much for watching the first video in the build series. It won't be much longer and we'll start seeing new racks in place here. I'll see you in the next video.